Good day, students. Welcome to our lesson this week in General Mathematics. Today, we're going to discuss effective rate of interest. For example, suppose you borrow 1,000 pesos today. Under an annual interest rate of 4% compounded semi-annually, what will be its value after 1 year? So, the principal amount is 1,000. Rate is 4% or 0.04. The compounding period is semi-annually, so M is equal to 2. T or time is equal to 1 year. So for the solution, let us make use of the formula for the compound interest. So A equals P times 1 plus R over M raised to MT. Substitute the values of P, R, MT. So 1000 times 1 plus 0.04 over 2 raised to 2 times 1. So now we have A equals 1000 times 1 plus 0.02 raised to 2. 1 plus 0.02 is 1.02 raised to 2, and then multiplied by 1000, you're going to get 1040 pesos and 40 centavos. So the future value is 1040.40 pesos. The value after 1 year is 1040.40 pesos. You would also end up the same future value if you borrow at a simple interest rate of 4.04%. So let us make use of the simple interest formula using this rate, 4.04. So given the principal is 1,000 pesos, rate is 0.0404, time is 1 year. So solution, applying the simple interest formula, for the future value, A equals P times 1 plus RT. So A equals 1000 times 1 plus 0.0404 times 1. So A equals 1000 times 1.0404. The result is also 1040 pesos and 40 centavos. The rate 4% is known as the nominal rate of interest, while the rate 4.04% is known as the effective rate of interest. We can say that an effective rate of 4.04% is equivalent to a nominal rate interest of 4% compounded semi-annually. So now we're going to discuss effective rate of interest. The formula to solve for the effective rate of interest is R sub E equals 1 plus R over M raised to M minus 1. So that is for the effective rate of interest when the compounding period is given. So R sub E is the effective rate of interest, R is the rate, M is the compounding period. If it is continuous compounding, so to determine the effective rate of interest, you're going to use the formula R sub E equals E to the R minus 1. So you are going to use the natural number E. Example, determine the effective rate of interest equivalent to 4% compounded semi-annually. So this is what we did in the first example. Now we are going to use the formula for the effective rate of interest. So given R is 0.04. So compounding period is 2 because semi-annually, M equals 2. For the solution, let us make use of this formula. R sub E equals 1 plus R over M raised to M minus 1. Substitute the values of R and M. So now we have R sub E equals 1 plus 0.04 over 2 raised to 2 minus 1. So this will be R sub E equals 1.02 raised to 2 minus 1. And continuing performing the solution, you're going to arrive at R sub E equals 0.0404. Express it into percent, so multiply it by 100. So this will be R sub E equals 4.04%. So that's the effective rate of interest. Example 3, determine the effective rate of interest equivalent to an annual interest rate of 5% compounded continuously. So here, since it is compounded continuously, we are going to use a different formula. So R is 5% or 0.05. So the formula that we will use is R sub E equals e to the R minus 1. Now we have R sub E equals e raised to 0.05 minus 1, and that's approximately equal to 0.05127. Express it into percent. So the effective rate of interest is 5.13%. So that's how easy it is. Example 4, find the effective rate of interest equivalent to the following rates. Letter A, 2% or 2% interest rate compounded monthly. B, 2.75% interest rate compounded semi-annually. C, 5% interest rate compounded quarterly. And D, 2.5% interest rate compounded continuously. For the solution for letter A, so let us make use of this formula. We will be solving for the effective rate of interest. R is 2% or 0.02. Since monthly, so the compounding period is 12, M equals 12. So the answer is 2.02%. For letter B, let's check if you got the same answer. 2.75% is the R or 0.0275. M is 2 because semi-annually. So the answer is 2.77%. Okay? For letter C, R is 5% or 0.05. M is 4 because quarterly. Use the formula. So the effective rate of interest is approximately equal to 0.05094 or 5.09%. Then for letter D, since it is compounded continuously, use this formula. R is 2.5% or 0.025. So you're going to arrive at 0.02531 or 2.53%. So solving for the effective rate of interest is very easy. You just have to distinguish whether the problem has a compounding period or it involves continuous compounding. So, and then after determining that, choose between the two formulas to be used. Example 5. At what effective rate of interest must you invest 25,000 pesos in order to double its value in 10 years? So analyze the problem. You have to double the value in 10 years. So if the principal amount is 25,000 pesos, so the future value or the accumulated amount is 50,000 pesos because you have to double it. So twice 25,000 is 50,000 times 10 years. So R is percent, so we'll be solving for R. So use this formula. So now we have 50,000 equals 25,000 times 1 plus R raised to 10. Divide both sides of the equation by 25,000. So now you have 2 equals 1 plus R raised to 10. Then get the 10th root of both sides of the equation. You'll have 2 raised to 1 over 10 equals 1 plus R. Then solve for R. This will be R equals 2 raised to 1 over 10 minus 1, and that's approximately equal to 0.071773 or 7.18%. So for your practice exercises, answer the following problem. Number 1, Which of the following rates will give the highest future value for a certain principal after 10 years? A. 9.6% annual compound interest rate. B. 9.5% nominal interest rate compounded quarterly. C. 9.5% nominal interest rate compounded monthly. And D. 9.3% nominal interest rate compounded continuously. Number 2. Find the effective rate of interest equivalent to the following rates. A. 3% annual compound interest rate. B. 2.8% interest rate compounded quarterly. C. 2.5% interest rate compounded monthly. D. 2% interest rate compounded continuously. And for number 3, in order to earn an interest of 5,000 from an initial deposit of 50,000 pesos in 3 years, at what effective rate of interest must the deposit have? Number 4, between a loan which obliges an annual interest of 3% compounded quarterly and another loan which obliges an annual interest of 2.5% compounded monthly, which is better and why? Always remember, class, do mathematics to learn mathematics. Practice, improve, and stay curious. Keep safe, stay healthy, and God bless everyone. See you next time for our next lesson.